policy anywhere on the grounds. So we have a rather lengthy agenda this evening. We'll start with the new applications, Fatfish Marina LLC. Here. Good evening, sir. West Avenue, Mulford Street. Seeks to renew previously approved application for site plan to construct 20 multi-family units with accessory parking and relocate existing structure to the north side of Mulford Street. Refurbished building as clubhouse with parking. Subject premises located in the industrial and C residential zone. It should be noted for the record that we have previously approved this, and the expiration time has come up, or is coming up very shortly. So this is a application that we have reviewed. This board has reviewed quite a number of times and quite thoroughly. But it is a new application this evening for renewal. So, sir, I'll ask you, do we get the cards, Carol?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Please state your name and address for the record, and tell us.
Martin Haley, 29 Rustic Road, Miller Place, Water Partners, Fatfish Marina LLC.
Yes, Mr. Haley. Okay, so with the plan that the planning board has seen in the past, is there any changes that you are making to that plan this evening?
Not a thing. It's all the same.
It's exactly the same, just seeking renewal of the...
Yes, sir. Obviously, we're seeking renewal simply because the economy has been kind of tough, but we now think it's starting to turn around a little bit, and maybe we can do something.
It has been tough, past couple of years. Okay, there's no changes whatsoever to the plan.
That's correct.
Okay. The building codes that on the existing plan have been brought up to date with a new stamp from the architect.
I don't know if I have, no, I don't, I can tell you the last date. Have the building codes changed recently, of late?
That changed in 2012.
These are dated, my most recent revision is dated 5/21/13.
Right, and that would have been the last time it was renewed. So, and I believe those codes are still, have not changed.
Correct.
Hurricane codes, etc. Now, as far as FEMA and heights, I believe that was also covered under the last.
They were covered and I believe they're represented on this most recent plan, which I believe you have copies of, but I have a couple extras if you want.
Yeah. Do we have a pen, Carol?
What's the latest change to that?
2012.
I have a 2013, this is 2012, is revised building height notes. And then there was, in 13, it was parking stalls calculations were redone. There's more building height notes and revised both sets of parking calculations. Because as you recall, we originally had difficulty with having sufficient parking stalls. We sought and received the variance, and we redid the project, so now we have more than enough parking stalls. Excess, actually.
Okay, so just for the purposes of those people in the audience who might be interested, could you refresh us as to the scope of the project?
Originally, we purchased this property from Marin Fuel Oil, as you know. There was a point in time that there was some contamination there, which would have been mitigated, and the spill had been closed by DEC. We purchased the property, and with split zoning, we thought about putting up originally 22 condos. We were doing them in two buildings, one on each side of Mulford Street, and that pointed towards our parking problem. So we thought at the end of the day, and we had sought and received approvals for that, and we decided to reduce that to one building, go from 22 condos to 20 condos, put it all in one building, put the parking underneath, which mitigated our parking issues, and we needed a slight variance which we received from the BZA. So now we're sitting with a a 20 condo project that fits appropriately with the C residential and the industrial. And we have, we wanted to put, we had a small clubhouse building that was on the south side, we're moving to the north side. And I believe we've covenanted that that will only be for private use, that will not be for any restaurant use and the like. What we've done, we haven't changed, is that Mulford Street still belongs to the village of Patchogue. There is a scenic overlook area that would be created at the end. There will be a floating dock with a ramp, so that the public come down and use that, and we, at the same time, we don't have a problem with public access for the walkable dock, which is currently in place. Probably some slight modifications at the end of Mulford when we build out, so that people will have access to it. I believe that's consistent with the walkable wood deck area that they hoped at one time. I forget how long ago that master plan was for the river, but it seems to be consistent with that. The only hope would be is that later on, that other owners would help us create a walkable dock area for the local residents.
Yeah, if memory serves me correctly, Mulford Street, Mr. Weeks speaking about it, Mulford Street was slated to be one of the build-out.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
That was part of the approval.
So,
Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
does anyone on the board, I know we've been over this many times, does anyone on the board have any members who were on the zoning board at the time had the zoning issues? And I think pretty much all of us here are pretty well familiar with this application. So is there anyone on the board who has any questions for Mr. Halley at this time?
Just to refresh, there were no special conditions on this approval, right, Carol?
We do have some covenants and restrictions.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot.
I'll read them into the minutes.
Okay,
There's a
well,
lot.
so
Yeah, we're not seeking any changes to that.
So the conditions will remain the same?
the only conditions on the actual site plan that you did on November 26, 2013, no CO will be issued until everything on the site plan is completed. Proper drainage plan considered to the building department by a certified engineer. And parking bump is to delineate parking spaces.
And in addition to
And
that,
in addition,
we have
yes,
this
covenants.
pretty well vetted. Thank you, Mr. Halley. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to speak for or against the application? Okay, please come forward, state your name and address for the record, and tell us what's on your mind. Give Mr. Halley a second to move.
So what
Yes,
just
please.
happened, did we get a approval?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah, it's
sir,
funny,
Mr.
it's
McEnery.
funny that he should mention this thing called, it was River Advisory Committee,
State your name and
maritime.
address first, sir.
George FX McEnery Jr., 83 and 18 Beach Avenue,
Yes, sir.
Augusta Estate. It's kind of interesting how he brings back this quote-unquote river walkway and this marine time concept, and it falls into it. Nothing that started has fallen into it. There's no, and all there is bars, music, and noise. Now he wants to do, it's like we were snow jobs. None of what, none of this was supposed to happen. Now it's all condos. Well, what's good for goose is good for gander. Without variances, I am allowed to go 5 stories. I have a 61 square foot footprint when you take my houses down. Wagner just signed in with me. It's right here, without variances.
Could you just keep your remarks to the application,
Yes.
sir?
It's
If
a
you have other
bad
business
decision.
If you have,
I was also just down at Sherman's the other day putting a good coat on my tongboat. What happened is that they are laughing. They're going, wait until Joey starts spraying boats. Now you're not gonna take Sherman's away. You're not gonna take Miller's away.
this
It's a
doesn't-
mess.
This doesn't
It's a
involve.
bad decision.
this- Okay.
You're gonna go through it, you're obviously going through it anyhow, but there's going to be a reason. I gotta sue when I rent for my house. This has no variances, and it's a legit 5-story condo because Dick Lacy got the 5 stories that I wanted him to get. I tried to stop him, he got it, so I told the board about it, it's on record, precedent. And now I get to do it. Now, any variance he did, I get too. So when you really come down to it, I'm not the only one. Leeward Cove, just I believe, bought the place across from me, he's gonna be, I'm telling you right now, that's already in the plans. There's gonna be condos there. So I'm not gonna, I'm done here. Because everybody, no one wanted, they throw me out of maritime meetings all the time. You know why? Because I was working the right way and they were working against me. Because they had a bigger plan. Condos, guzzle, and noise. And then they take out the railroad track. The one track that had maritime use for us is gone. So, that's what I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. McEnery.
You got it.
Anyone else wishes to speak for against the application?
See you later,
Good
guys.
evening.
Hi, good evening. I'm Casey Stewart of 216 West Avenue. I'm here tonight with my husband and family as new homeowners interested in learning about the Fatfish Marina condo development and wanted to bring some concerns to your attention if they have not already been done so. Our main concern are that the building themselves and how they might appear out of place. Unlike the west side of the river, where there are multiple condos and apartment developments, the east side of the river constitutes mainly single-family homes no larger than 35 feet tall. And is it correct that the condo building will be almost 50 feet tall?
The zone that is there allows for a building to be 45 feet, and that's with, in addition to the FEMA limit. So it could be conceivably up higher than 45 feet.
Than 45 feet, okay. So say roughly anywhere between a 10 to 15 foot difference in a modest community makes a large statement. And after seeing the lot sizes for ourselves, we have a difficult time imagining the large buildings in not such a large space area. Another concern of adding 20 homes in an already dense area is how it affects traffic and parking. Say an average of 2.5 people will reside in each condo, and according to governing.com, a website on statistics, the average home has 2.1 vehicles. That's an additional 40 vehicles driving on an extremely busy road with public bus transit, as well as residents of the Riverwalk condos, which haven't even fully been completed yet. Has there been a traffic study done on West Avenue?
Yes. There were previous traffic studies done on this project.
And any concern, or what are the results of that?
The impact from the traffic was minimal.
Okay. And is it true that there will be a public access to the river? Well, I guess here is that
Yes.
there is. Okay. And where will the public be able to park for that? If the condo
On Mulford Street.
on Mulford Street. Mulford Street. Okay. It's not really that large of a street.
Well, it is quite a wide road. I think it's at least a 40-foot wide road.
It's a typical village road.
Typical road.
Okay. Other concerns and nuisances of the project, if the project commences, are the potential structural damage to the homes in the area due to excavation, blasting, and drilling. We are assuming a taller building will essentially require a stronger foundation in terms of digging deeper. How long will the construction last? The time of day the construction will occur, and possible disruptions of the utilities. Being a resident of Patchogue for 28 years and now finally a homeowner to where we want to start and raise a family, this project raises a lot of concerns and its impact on our community and quality of life. Thank you.
Comments? Anyone else wish to speak? Start, come to the microphone, state your name and address, tell us what's on.
It has nothing to do with the condos, is that all right?
Well, no, we're taking comments at this time on the condos.
Just on
If
the
you have a
condos.
comment, on the condos, please give it to us. If not,
Well,
I'll ask you to have a seat.
Just concerned about the Patchogue River, that's my concern.
Is it specifically about this application?
It could be, I mean, if you
Tell us
go,
what's on your mind.
Bill Sodero, 166 River Avenue,
Yes.
Patchogue. All right, the concern is the Patchogue River. My business was here in Patchogue on West Avenue, I'm retired now, I'm a woodworker, I do work here on the mainland and over on the beach. During this week, Monday, the river was completely white. Okay, now these people are gonna buy condos on the sewer,
On this-
because, yeah, on the sewer.
Yes.
Tuesday, there was human waste up and down that river, and it smelled like that. That afternoon, my friend was on Swan River, the whole river smelled like sewage. I mean, something's gotta be done about that. The plume goes out that mountainous river. It goes to the beaches where our kids swim. People are fishing out there, eating those fish. Something's gotta be done about it. Everybody says, yeah, we'll look into it, but that's as far as it goes.
We'll certainly be on this board to find the source of that, but if you know what it is, I'm sure the village.
I already
know.
placed a call into the DEC, they're checking into it,
Okay, great.
you know, so, I mean,
I
it's a serious problem.
absolutely agree with your concern.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's
we don't want to see
definitely
more
a
sewage
serious-
anyway, but it's obviously coming from somewhere.
Well, you think, I made my living on the water all my entire life. I grew up in West Salem. We used to be able to almost walk across that bay on clam boats. Yesterday, I worked over the beach. I came back, 3 boats clamming on the bay. The bay is dead.
Yes, it
You
is.
know, it's got to be revived. You know, and any help that could be done would be great, you know, but somebody's got to do something about it.
Well, that's why no project of any kind, size, or magnitude goes forward without at least hookup to the sewer district. Because that, as you know, is a major force and a major problem with nitrogen and
No
sediment
doubt.
to the,
The nitrogens are the problem right now in the bay.
yeah.
You know, we have that cabbage that's growing, and that's growing because of the nitrogen in the water, and it's smothering the bottom,
Absolutely.
you know. So as long as you understand, hopefully we can do something about it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you for your time.
Anyone else have any comments? No one else coming forward, want to take a motion. You, sir, want to come up and have a comment? Sure.
Just want to add something to what Billy Sodero
Just
said.
come on up, state your name and address for the record, tell us what's on your mind.
Frank Trello, 226 North Prospect Avenue.
Yes, sir.
My daughter is Mrs. Stewart,
Mhm.
and we just built a house on the Eel River. My shop is right at the sewer district at 200 West Main Street.
Right.
As of right now, every day, there are 3 truckloads of sewage being pumped out of it a day. On the average, I'm watching them every day come in from 7 a.m. to 4 in the afternoon. When you add more to what's going on in the sewer district, does that mean there's gonna be 5 truckloads a day?
I'm
6 trucks?
I'm not a sewer expert, so
I understand,
I'm not sure
but-
what you're talking
But
about.
but if you, all right, so why don't you come up to 200 West Main Street and sit there one day? 'Cause I work there every day.
Are you
3
saying they're
truckloads.
pumping
They
sewage
have
out of the
to,
sewer plant?
they have no choice. Where else is it gonna go? It's
Well,
3 truckloads a day, that's
That's
10,000.
the object of a sewer plant, it treats the
I,
sewage.
yeah, but they can't treat it fast enough. That's my point.
I believe
You
that
add to, they can't treat it fast. It smells, it's horrible. I'm telling you right now, I'm there every day.
Okay.
Okay, 3 truckloads at 30,000 gallons a day are leaving that plant. Okay, so you add another 50 or whatever, more units to it, and more restaurants and everything to it, and when the Blue Point Brewery dumps it, 'cause I talked to the guys, when they dump all the leftover beer into it, it ruins the whole thing down there. I know, 'cause I smell it. I'm there every day. So adding to this project, we're gonna add more problems to the sewer district. You can't add to it, unless you're gonna take part of West Avenue and build it bigger, it ain't gonna work. So maybe you should come up there, why don't you guys all come up there one day, all of you, sit in the parking lot one day, watch the 3 truckloads come and go, listen and smell, see what you think. That's my opinion.
Appreciate your comments, thank you for coming in. I want to take a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close.
Wait a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It's okay. You'll be notified of our decision.
Thank you.
Next application is Steve Munoz, 35 East Main Street, seeks permission to open an olive oil and vinegar shop. Serving premises located